Welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts The Complete Story. If you were saddened by what happened to Cheyenne last time, you might not want to watch this episode. Things are about to get even sadder for the residents of these games. Last time during the disclaimer, I asked you what your favorite Kingdom Hearts song was. This time, since we're going to wrap up quite a few of these characters, I want to simply ask you, who had the saddest life in this game? Personally, I think it's a toss-up between Cheyenne and Roxas. Disclaimer time. All information gathered in these videos is from us playing the games or researching it on the wiki. All extra information that you weren't aware of is probably from some side plot within the game or something like a graphic novel. All information can be verified on the proper websites, and we'll be skipping over side characters and non-main plot characters. If a character wasn't needed to propel the main plot, you probably won't hear about them. That doesn't mean that certain characters won't be getting a bonus episode once we wrap up this main series though. Let's give you guys a quick warning. A lot of things happened in Kingdom Hearts 2 that didn't get fully explained until later in the series. I'm going to try my best to fully explain everything, but if you have further questions, please don't hesitate to ask them down below. When we last left off, Sora, Goofy, and Donald were asleep and healing in suspended animation. Riku had just captured Roxas, and Diz had wiped all of Roxas's memories, involving his last year out. Roxas finds himself trapped in a virtual version of Twilight Town that was created by Diz, and he has no more than 7 days until Sora is healed, and this world ends. But what will happen to our new friend Roxas? Well, as the world around Roxas begins to fall apart, his friend Axel jumps into the virtual world to try and save him. Axel can't come to terms with the fact that the friend he spent so much time with doesn't remember anything about him. Furthermore, what you all don't know, and I'll explain further in a bonus episode, is that Roxas is the only person to make Axel feel something ever since he became a nobody. But Roxas fights against Axel. Due to his memory loss, he sees Axel as a threat, and Roxas is having a strong feeling that he has a much greater purpose. He is determined to not be defeated and gains the upper hand. After multiple attempts to retrieve Roxas, Axel comes to terms with the fact that his friend is long gone and will never return. Unless, perhaps he could recreate Roxas? Frustrated, Axel leaves the virtual Twilight Town and begins to break Diz's computers. That is, until Diz sends enemies to try and kill Axel. Axel then leaves to protect Naname and devise his own plans to get Roxas back. Ultimately though, Roxas does in fact merge with Sora once again, giving Sora back all of his powers. This was a part of Diz's goal: merge Roxas with Sora again and spoil Organization 13's plans. If you remember, Organization 13 is a group of nobodies trying to unlock Kingdom Hearts to get their hearts back. Diz wanted to spoil their plans for his own revenge. But we'll explain that in a minute. Once Roxas merges back with Sora, Goofy, Donald, and Sora all meet with Mickey and Mickey's master, Yen Sid. Fun fact, Yen Sid is Disney backwards. With that, a new adventure is underway as they send out to find Riku and stop the rest of Organization 13's plans, as they control the nobodies. Sora, Goofy, and Donald begin traveling to various worlds to save everyone from the nobodies until they meet up with Mickey back at Hollow Bastion. Mickey explains the truth about Ansem and Diz. Remember I told you we were going to explain this? Well, this is going to be a brief explanation. I'll explain everything fully in a bonus episode. Mickey goes on to explain that Ansem the Wise was the ruler of his world, and he had a memoryless Xehanort as one of his apprentices. With 6 apprentices underneath him total, Ansem began to research the Heartless and Nobodies. The research became very dark in nature, and Ansem wanted to stop it. So he told all of his apprentices to end the research. While he thought they did, they continued on until eventually their research crossed that dark line, separating all of their bodies from their hearts. This created nobodies and a heartless for each of them. Xehanort, being as strong as he was, maintained his appearance as a heartless and as a nobody. The heartless version stole the name Ansem and renamed himself Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. He then went on to take his stolen name and tarnish the name of Ansem all throughout the universe. The nobody version of Xehanort became known as Xemnas, leader of Organization 13. The real Ansem went into hiding and became known as Diz. Mickey also reveals the ultimate plan of the organization, which, as stated earlier, is to unlock Kingdom Hearts and get their hearts back. With that, Sora, Donald, and Goofy head off to stop Xemnas and end Xehanort for good. The adventure continues as they journey all through the Disney worlds that are there. During this, Axel kidnaps Kairi though. He has his own plans, separate from Organization 13. Axel has decided that he no longer cares about getting his heart back, and he just wants Roxas, and is trying to draw Roxas out of Sora. Sora arrives to save Kairi and confront Axel. The two of them go at it, with Axel trying to draw out Roxas. Poor Sora just doesn't understand what's going on. Everyone keeps calling him Roxas, including Axel, and now Axel is trying to draw whoever this Roxas person out of Sora. In the end, Axel finally realizes the error of his ways, and the fact that he won't be able to draw Roxas out this way. Once he finally accepts this, he leaps into a batch of nobodies to actually save Sora. He burns brighter than ever before and sacrifices himself, revealing the door to the world that never was. As he burns up with the last of his strength, he says,
Axel, what were you trying to do?
I wanted to see Roxas. He was the only one I liked. He made me feel like I had a heart. It's kind of funny. You make me feel the same. Kairi's in the castle dungeon. Now go!
Axel.
The still confused Sora, Donald, and Goofy enter the world that never was, and feast their eyes in the base of Organization 13 and the heart-shaped moon that looms overhead. But at this time, Sora finds himself in a fight with a cloaked nobody that can wield two Keyblades. Sora at this time thinks he's fighting Riku and tells him to stop, but our cloaked Keyblade-wielding nobody says that he once defeated a Riku. And then as the fight continues, he says, "Tell me why he picked you." Sora and our mysterious Keyblade wielder continue their bout until Sora is finally successful. The cloaked man is revealed to be Roxas, who says to Sora, "You make a good other." Following this, Sora wakes up, and we find that the fight was nothing more than a mental struggle within Sora's mind. Even more confused by all of this, Sora continues forward, with Donald and Goofy to end this finally. After more fights ensue, Sora finally finds Kairi and Riku, but Riku's appearance has changed due to the darkness in his heart. He looks like Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, Xehanort's Heartless. In this troubling form, Riku explains to Sora what he hasn't figured out yet. Roxas is his nobody, and Naname is Kairi's nobody. Both created when they lost their hearts back in Kingdom Hearts 1. Sora, finally understanding everything, sadly expresses that he wishes he could meet Roxas too, and Riku points out that Roxas is resting inside of Sora. Once Sora meets Diz, Diz apologizes to Roxas for his mistreatment, though he's unsure if Roxas can even hear him inside of Sora. As Sora, Riku, Diz, Donald, Goofy, and Kairi all make it to the top, Diz destroys Xemnas' device, which is creating a false Kingdom Hearts. Upon its destruction, Riku is returned to his real form, and Sora steps forward to finish Xemnas. An epic fight ensues, which of course Sora wins, otherwise the game would end here. Upon Xemnas' defeat, Roxas projects himself from Sora into the open, and Naname projects herself from Kairi. The two of them express that they are lucky for nobodies. They got to meet their originals, and will together be inside of Sora and Kairi together forever. Everything seems wrapped up in a nice bow, with Xemnas and some Seeker of Darkness and Xehanort defeated at last. Roxas and Cheyenne are both absorbed back into Sora, giving him his full power, and they have accepted their fates. Riku looks normal again and is dealing with his darkness. Kairi is back with the boys at Destiny Islands. Organization 13 has been defeated, and its members have been killed. But what about Aqua, Terra, and Ventus? Well, there is a little fact in the world of Kingdom Hearts that we need to cover, and there's still one enemy left. When the Heartless of someone is defeated, and their nobody is defeated, they become whole again. This means that Axel is whole again, and he's going by the name Lee. This also means that Xehanort has been reconstructed also. That's right, we aren't done yet, and Kingdom Hearts 2 ends with a note from King Mickey arriving at Destiny Islands. But we won't find out about the note's contents until our next video. And our next video is probably a little ways off. I kinda have to beat Dream Drop Distance before we can continue this. We'll explain more about Ansem the Wise and Organization 13's beginnings in a bonus video soon. But right now, everyone is safe and sound except for Aqua, Terra, and Ventus, and Xehanort is about to return. We wanted to thank you guys for the 10,000 subs, and make sure you check out our other stories, Lore Meets Reality, and our comedies. I need to get back to work on Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance now. I'm stuck somewhere in Pinocchio's world. It's really confusing with the whale's internal organs allowing me to jump really high.